right, guys, I'm here with Guy Richards from KIOKY, and we just got done watching the Flyers game, which was pretty awesome. They won 2-1. But I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. First and foremost, you have your own design company, and but we want to know how KIOKY started. Like, just in a brief synopsis, why? Like, how did it come about?
Well, my friend Ray, who created the applicator, he's like this brilliant inventor guy. So he's from the Philippines. He's got like all these stories of how he had nothing and always worked hard and people have helped him, and he had these ideas. So he's like this natural inventor. Probably invented like 30 different things, and he just saw it as a no-brainer. It's like no one could put screen protectors on.
Right.
And so he spent a year of his life and tried to get every crazy person that would say, okay, here's some money, and get the product a little further and then keep going. So him and a small team moved it forward.
Oh yeah. Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
It looks like a good burger. It's got crispy bacon, which is always the best.
Look at that.
If you have bacon, it's got to be crispy. This is me.
Look at that. Even better. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
You got to hold that up for the camera.
That's
Look at that.
that's what we eat for dinner here. So, well, he got started, and I was in and then I guess how I got involved, which is real quick, is that I was in California. We're both doing a show out there in where were we? Southern California, San Diego.
San Diego.
So we're sitting outside one night, and it was after we went out to eat, and I met Ray. And Ray shows me his iPhone, and he goes, "You got to see this video." He knew I ran a brand development firm, and we were doing some social media for a client. And he shows me on his phone the applicator. And I knew, I got, my brother's a carpenter. I knew a jig. It was a jig.
Right.
It was like a no-brainer. And I thought, okay, there's these, public traded firms out there selling screen protectors. There's all these people, and no one has created it.
Right.
It was almost like, what? So when I went back home, he asked me, and he was just offered $1.4 million to invest into the company for 40%. And the funny thing was, is he said, and it's crazy. He said, as a guy of faith, he said, I believe that God wants me to go with the least, so that he can show himself strong rather than take the $1.4 million. So he said, Guy, I went with you. And I said, here's the team. I said, I got a CPA that I rent an office out to. I said, use my CPA. I said, I got my social media director, and I got my programmer, and I said, let's come together, let's build a team, and let's go to town. And so we're a bunch of street hustlers in a sense.
So the iPhone. The iPhone, because it's the hot product. He was an iPhone user.
Yeah.
Was that basically nothing more than, this just happens to be the phone I'm using. I like it, and that's kind of how it came about. Just that.
Yeah.
Nothing more special than that.
Yeah, no.
But
no. We all have a heart for Apple.
But so special. Well, there you go. That's the whole idea of having a whole heart for Apple. So, by the way, guys, we're done eating, so I didn't want to interrupt while we were eating. But anyway, so you have the idea, put the product together. What is your mindset as far as getting the word out about this product? What's the first thing you thought was the most important thing? I mean, obviously, you have a product that no one has. Do you aim for the highest that you can? Did you approach AT&T first, Apple, and say, hey, can we get an audience? Like, how do you go about getting that idea and getting it out to the world? I know that's a very generalized question. Like, I'm curious as how you go about
What's our strategy?
Yeah, what's the strategy in getting the word out about the product?
Well, whenever you have a limited budget, I just believe that when people like something, they talk.
Right.
And the best thing is to let people try it.
Right.
So our whole thing was, it's going to not cost us a lot of money to let people try it.
Right.
So let everyone, people with the biggest audiences, we call them the sphere of influence. Someone that has the largest sphere of influence is the people that we want to try this product, whether they like it or they don't. Which was great, because I thought it was funny when, one of the main changes was,
just because of my mess up.
Well, it wasn't just your mess up. It's like, okay, well, we know we need to do better directions.
Right.
We know that we need bigger finger holes.
Right.
We replace the glue dots. And that's version 2. So now it took us a month to get version 2 out, and that's good. And it's the cheapest form of feedback you can have. I mean, we've approached. We're in communication with Verizon and a lot of large companies, but at the end of the day, everybody wants it to be their own. Let me stick my label, my brand,
Right.
And it's just, you're always like, you want to have fun. Yeah. One of the things that it's like, we don't take ourselves too seriously. I go to work in a hoodie,
Right. That's a job right there.
Yeah.
So who's part of KIOKY? I know that you and I talked at CES, but I really didn't I saw everybody who was there. Why don't you just let everybody know who's a part of KIOKY besides you?
Well, our CEO is Mikey. Ray's the founder, and he's founder. Him and his wife, him and Nina, the founders of the company, and they're also the people who are really. They push the innovation, research and development, and go for that. We have Thomas, who's in charge of all of our production, so like our new models. So we have when the Verizon thing came out, we're already ready for it. When the next, hopefully in March, iPad 2 comes out, we'll be he'll turn it around, get the model, get the mold, get it to the manufacturer, get it going. Mikey, he's our CEO, Mike Chomsky. Brandon's our digital over anything technology, website, anything like that.
Okay.
And Justin is over all social media, so he runs the Twitter account. And then me, I'm in charge of marketing.
Okay.
That's the core team.
Right. What is Kickstarter? What's the philosophy of Kickstarter?
Well,
and why did you go there?
Anybody that has an idea, usually an idea that has been tested in some sort, so they have a mock-up, a tool, a prototype, can go to Kickstarter, and in our sense we're talking about products, not, there's movies on there and things like that, but when you have something, you take it to Kickstarter and you say, here's a video, put a video together, which, I edited, I shot in our office, and, it's like, you just do it yourself, and
right.
you hopefully, make a plea to the world to say, if you like it, you're essentially pre-ordering one of our products. The downside is you have to wait after we receive the money, which Kickstarter wait gives you like 2 weeks to clear after a set period of time, like 45 days.
Right.
So you get the money, you buy the tooling, you get it made, and you ship it out to people. So, that's how it works, and I like it because it gives someone, like us, power between people to communicate, to get something in market rather than, big people, like gatekeepers.